That's all I ask for.
What about you, in shape?
Yes. Yeah, he does have to be in shape. And by that, I don't mean that he has to, have like the rock hard abs and, be looking like the Rock. No. But for me, I feel like it does come down to health as well. Like, it's not just about the way the person looks, but if they're healthy with it. Like, someone can be big and they can also be healthy. So it just depends on, obviously, how they are and how they decide to live. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're healthy?
Yeah. Might not look it, but I am.
Would you be okay with a guy that was bigger than you?
No.
As long as he was healthy?
No, because I'm actually in the process of losing weight.
Okay.
So, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how big about would you want him to be?
We can say about, I'm going to say around 150.
Around 150?
Yeah. 150.
What were you?
No, I was just going to say.
Listen. First of all, Pearl, honey, I love you. You were biting your tongue on this one. You were like, what do I say to this woman, right? And it is awkward, right? She's sitting right there. She's morbidly obese, right? Busting out left and right. And she's talking about how she wants a guy to be 150 pounds. By the way, a 150-pound man is on the significantly slender side. My husband, I'm trying to think, is probably like close to one.
I'm 165.
Okay, Deli's 165. Isn't it so interesting, Deli? Because you read this is an important moment. You see the differences between men and women because Deli reads as kind of slim to me, 165, and I weigh like 115. So like just look at that, so interesting how guys just carry weight. Like even a slender guy weighs so much more than a woman. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, my husband's probably around, I think he's probably close to 180. If I had to guess. I don't know what you are right now, Jeremy, but that's what I would guess. She wants a 150. She wants a slim man, essentially. And can we bring the imagery back up of her again and just hold? Okay, let's just take a pause of what's going on here. All right. So she says he has to be in shape. She wants 150. And she says it comes down to health. Does she look healthy to you? Does that look like a healthy body weight? So let me just say, you cannot be obese. You cannot be obese and be healthy. Because healthy implies that you're not putting yourself at risk of or increased significant risk of disease. And when you are obese, you can take it down now. When you are obese, you are putting yourself at significant risk of disease, heart disease, all sorts of things, right? We talked about when COVID came around, we were all talking about the comorbidities, and it was known that you were putting yourself at risk for those comorbidities. If you had those comorbidities, you were putting yourself at greater risk, for serious disease when it came to COVID. And one of those risk factors was obesity. Nobody could talk about that, of course, because, the woke don't let you say that. But that was the bottom line. Obesity was a problem. And not just for COVID, but for anything that comes round the bend, right? It's not a good thing. So she says, Just Pearly says to her, do you think you're healthy? And she's like, well, yeah. Yeah, I do. Why, honey? Why do you think you're healthy? Why have you made that assumption? Then what's interesting is the next question is, can a guy be bigger than you? Would you be okay with a guy who's bigger than you? Well, no. Pearly says, but what if he's healthy? Well, no. Why does she say no? If she's saying, well, I'm big and I'm healthy, why couldn't a guy be bigger than her and also be healthy? Because she knows that it's not a sign of health. She knows she's not healthy. She's not putting herself in a healthy space by being obese. She knows that she doesn't want to be with a man who's unhealthy. And why don't you want to be with a man who's unhealthy as a woman? Because how can you rely or lean on a man who's unhealthy? You can't. You're putting yourself in a danger zone if you've got a man next to you who's unhealthy. We all know that. So she wants there to be a separate set of standards. Now, I wonder how she'd feel if a guy said, yeah, I'll be with you, but you got to lose like 80 pounds or something. I want a woman who's around 120. She'd be like, that is horrible what you just said. I guarantee you there would be outrage. There would be a feeling of like he had said something wrong. In the meantime, she's saying it. How could you sit there and be morbidly obese and be talking about how you want a 150-pound guy? You're going to crush that guy. If you're that weight and you got a guy that's 150, can you even see? I always struggle with like the sexual dynamics too when there's one obese person. Don't you think about it? It's just something so unsavory to me about it. Regardless, here's the bottom line, honey. Listen, you're not in a healthy situation. You're a very pretty girl. You have a pretty face. You could put yourself in optimal health. This isn't it. And if you're going to be obese, you really you have a perfect right to say you want a guy who's 150 pounds, but a guy who's 150 pounds, a guy who's in shape, as you say, even a guy who's 170, 180, 200, whatever he may be, and is in shape, is not going to be looking at you because you clearly don't care about your health if you're putting yourself in the predicament of obesity that you're in. You can't be obese. I'm sorry. You can't be obese and tell me that you are concerned about health. Health and wellness is your number one. No, honey, it's not. It's very clear. So I just love when these double standards are on display. I'd never seen something so bold as that, though. To be sitting, busting out, chunk, and talking about how you want a guy to be 150, healthy, who takes his health and body and athletics seriously. I mean, could you even? You can't make it up sometimes what we do here. If you like the short clip and want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want to connect with me one-on-one on Connect, you're going to click right here. Let's get to talking.